Some of the best ideas to improve the game come from you all, the community. So we got 25 amazing ideas to improve Brawl Stars. And some of these ideas, you're gonna wonder why they're not already in the game. Let's do it. You can call this my update wish list if you want, because the majority of these ideas I would love to have in the game, but I want to know what one thing you would love to have added to Brawl Stars if you could only add one thing. Let me know below. Idea number 1 is a club league. Some sort of big club feature is definitely needed for Brawl Stars. I think this is a solid idea. 1, gets you more star points, and it's a club-oriented way. It's a reason to be in a club. Now, in this example, they have people based on how many trophies they have, you get more star points, or sorry, based on how many trophies your club has, you get more star points. It's a solid way to do it. Another way is potentially how many trophies you gain in a season determines your performance in the league you're competing in with other clubs. Maybe there's like 5 to 6 clubs. Whoever gains the most trophies, moves up in rank, and you have different leagues. More times you win, you get more star points, stuff like that. Some sort of big club feature definitely needed for Brawl Stars. I think this is a solid way to do it. At the least, this could be something that's not too difficult to implement and, hits a double whammy. Reason to be in a club and more star points, which I think is needed and a solid thing. Number 2, some sort of hardcore mode. This one's by Chrono Pierce. He actually has a lot of ideas here. Now, in his example, he has it where you can't see how much ammo you have and you can't see the range whenever you're aiming. I'm not entirely sure I like those fixes, but I do like some sort of hardcore mode. I think would be great. Something for players who really want to try hard, and also something to distinguish between playing with randoms and playing with teams. Because I think this is a good way to do it. If you're playing in teams, you're going to be in the hardcore mode, presumably, and maybe you can get also, of course, extra rewards. You need a big reason to do that hardcore mode besides just being hardcore. So some sort of extra rewards. In this case, potentially more star points or even just more boxes, I think would be a good way to do it. Just another sort of game mode difficulty added to the game. In this case, you only unlock it above 500 trophies, which I think would be a solid move. Now, idea number 3, again by Chrono Pierce, would be another game mode idea, touchdown. I think either a mode like touchdown or capture the flag, and both of these are sort of modes where you have to go up and down the map. In this case, you just have to go to the other side of the map. That would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, that's something totally different. You just have to try it out and see if it's viable or not. At least it's a new idea. I do think Brawl Stars needs at least 1 or 2 more game modes, although you would probably need a different home screen and a different sort of rotation of the game modes to make that really possible. Maybe you add more slots for game modes. That's another solid idea too. Some people have suggested Brawl Ball 24/7. There are people who really love Brawl Ball, just like there are other modes that people really love though too, but maybe having more game modes on the menu is another way you could make it viable to add more game modes to the game. Idea number 4, which I think is really important, is new event modifiers. This is an example, Spell Storm, where different spells appear on the map and each one has a different effect. That's pretty cool. I think would be a lot of fun. Maybe a little too random, might be hard to balance, but at least I do think new modifiers are needed. Let's be real, meteors is a very bad modifier. Well, I don't like meteors. A lot of people don't like meteors. Spellstorm could be an example of one that could be added to the game. I think definitely new event modifiers are needed. It's a great thing in the game. Adding event modifiers, it switches it up a lot. So adding in new ones, I mean, what's not to like? Number 5 is a change to Siege. I think a lot of us would agree with this, where it doesn't waste bullets. In this case, both teams get a robot no matter what. I think this is kind of needed. And to be honest, I don't think this is a bad change, because you look at Siege and Heist right now, and they're still pretty similar. If you add this in, it distinguishes it even more, and it doesn't punish a team for getting a lot of bolts and not actually being able to spawn that robot because they got unlucky or whatever. It's the last wave, something like that. And if you win 2 waves, it's pretty much guaranteed to win, no matter how strong that one push was. Maybe not always, right? But a lot of times it's such a big difference. And getting 1 robot is such a big difference as far as establishing control of the map and getting future robots. Even if, like, whoever gets that first robot, I guarantee you they have a very high win percentage. Whoever gets that first robot. So I think this would be a really good way to sort of even out Siege and improve the game mode. Number 6, a new game mode, in this case called Solo Bounty. I think this would be really cool, actually. sort of like Showdown, but bounty version. You just try to get as many kills, aka stars, as possible. Maybe you can even have it where you have only so many lives, like 3 lives. That could be possible, and I'd be cool with that. Or you just keep on respawning. Maybe you can have an AI sort of thing where you just respawn so many tiles away from someone, like 10 to 15 or something tiles away. Maybe your respawn shield doesn't last as long in this game mode too, so you're not taking advantage of respawning near someone and using that invincibility to just completely own them. I think this would be a really cool game mode. A solo bounty mode would be so much fun. It's even more than Showdown, where maybe you get an unlucky spawn and you just completely tilt, get 10th place. In this case, you keep on respawning, and it's more, I feel like, skill oriented than luck oriented, which would be a lot of fun. Number 7, since we're talking about Showdown, how about something called Spin to Win, baby? It already happens in the game, so why not make it even more? Now, in this case, it's a wheel that you get daily and you get free items. If you're gonna do something like this, I think you have to replace the free item in the shop, because honestly, this is almost the same thing, except you don't see the spinning in our case, currently anyways. In this case, you would. And also in this case, if you're not active, it sort of stacks up and you get 2 every hours, 2 spins a day. And if you're not active for a day, they sort of stack up to 5. I think that's fine. Not a big difference between this and the free item in the shop, so not very important. Number 8, and this is honestly a very small quality of life change, but it's the ability to open lots of boxes at once. It's not that difficult to stack up lots of boxes in Brawl Stars, lots of Brawl boxes. Fairly easy to get 50 to 100, I feel like, if you intend on saving them anyways. Like for a new brawler, a lot of people do save for new brawlers to improve their odds of dropping stuff. In this way, I think box openings in Brawl Stars are honestly pretty boring, because you don't have the chance of getting that much besides power points and coins. So this way, at least you get it over with quicker. You can open up more stuff faster. Not a big deal, but not bad. Number 9, and this one I really think they should focus on, and that's new types of boxes. In this case, a draft box, which is very similar to the one in Clash Royale, right? Where you open up the box and you can strike or choose different things. Like, say, in this case, you get 2 items or 2 different power points, whatever, and you choose which one you want. I think that's actually huge for Brawl Stars, because a lot of people like to focus on certain brawlers. They have favorite brawlers, or they have brawlers who need power points more than others. I think this would be amazing. I don't know if you could do draft as far as like star powers, but that would also be really cool. How awesome would it be to choose which star power you want? That would be such a hard choice a lot of times. Maybe, unless, you know, you get like pat on the back in there, then you know exactly which one you're getting or not getting. But hey, a draft box would be really cool. Number 10, more things in the Star Shop. Now, Frank, the team lead, already did confirm Brawl boxes are probably coming to the Star Shop in some way, shape, or form. But even more things to the Star Shop is honestly needed. If they're having this be their sort of end of season thing and it totally replaced the Trophy Road reward you got at the end of the season, it really needs to be improved a lot. There's not honestly a big reason to gain star points right now. Like just some expensive, really expensive skins. You need more than just Brawl boxes, I think, because that just gets kind of boring. It's just honestly like another grind. It's the same thing as tokens at that point for a lot of people. So they need even more besides just Brawl boxes. Stuff like this would be really cool. Either power points, star powers, whatever. Just more stuff in the Star Shop is needed. 11, even more things in the Star Shop. This would be a really good reason to try and push trophies. Adding in emotes to Brawl Stars. Now, I think if you do add emotes, first of all, you only do it as a chat function. It's not something that appears in game, because if it does, it takes up too much space on the screen. The other place you could have it is in replays, or sorry, not in replays, when you're spectating, and only spectators can see it. Not that much, but at least like on Brawl TV, actually maybe that would be too spamming, but either way, some sort of thing where at least have it in the chat function so you can talk with your team and use it, or you can talk with your club and use it. Something like that would be good. Number 12, map ratings. This one is one of those things you didn't realize you need, but by God, this would be amazing in the game as a great way to add feedback and get better maps in the game. First of all, Brawl Stars is a relatively easy game to add new maps in because so many get made by the community. This would be a great way to like switch maps more constantly and get really good feedback on whether people like it. Now, maybe you can say, okay, look, you know, this would be a good way to figure out how much people like the map, but you could also just look at how much people are playing the map, and maybe that's the best indicator. I do think that's kind of true, but at the same time, A lot of people play not only because of the map, they play because of the game mode, and they play because they want the tokens. So just looking at how often people play the map isn't the best indicator of how good the map is or how much people like it. So if you can add a rating system, and maybe even it's a rating system that the public doesn't see, right? Maybe only the devs can see the actual rating. People would still give the rating, I think, you know, whether they like it or not like it. So I think that would be a really good thing to add to the game and really improve the maps in Brawl Stars, because would be a great thing to improve, right? Come on. All right, we're kind of cheating. We're doing 3 at once here. 13, 14, and 15 are all some form of quests. I think that is actually pretty needed for Brawl Stars. You need more reason to keep logging in daily and keep grinding and doing different things. Right now, it's kind of getting brawlers to 500 trophies, but then you keep on resetting your trophies. And star points are not a great reason to keep on grinding. Quests, great way. One star quest, in this case, you get different sort of rewards. You know, look, it's quests. You understand, look, you do an objective and you get a reward. I really think something like that is needed in the game. And to be fair, is this actually that difficult of a thing to add? I mean, I would at least imagine it's not as difficult as adding like a new game mode or a new brawler. And hey, we got a new brawler every single update. So I think this would be a good thing to add to the game. A lot of people have asked for it. I mean, look, here's 3 ideas in a row. They're all pretty highly upvoted. And I think clearly people want it. So why not? 16 is more ranks. I think this is something that's sort of become obvious and needs to be added to the game since they made those trophy changes where you can now gain trophies way easier. You're pushing brawlers higher. You only have up to rank 20, which is 500 trophies, but there's a lot of people who get brawlers to 1,000 trophies, even 700, 800, 900 happen fairly frequently. So really, I think this is sort of an obvious thing that needs to be added. And it's, I mean, technically it's another way to get more coins as well. But it would be cool to have more ranks. Let's not lie, right? Who doesn't want to have higher ranked stuff? 17, on top of having higher ranks, I think better ranked stats would be cool as well, where a lot of times you push brawlers very high in one season, but because of trophy reset, look, it feels like you're not able to set PBs. Personal bests are not as important, but in this case, you could keep on aiming for personal bests for specific brawlers. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe even other people could see it as well. You click on the brawler while you're on their profile maybe, or even if it's just for yourself. Currently, you can really only do this using sites like Brawl Stats or different sites where you look up your profile and then you can see what your highest trophies was for that brawler. This would be a pretty decent way to do it. I think just add in another little stat. 17, look, we talked about there needs to be more ways to gain star points on top of having a better star shop. Coins are one of the most useless things in Trophy Roads. We've talked about how Trophy Road needs to be reworked. Why not add in, like, change some of the coins to star points? And actually, I think this is something the devs have talked about and said, yeah, we actually wanted to do that last update and we just didn't get it in time. So I do think this will be added to the game where they replace some stuff on Trophy Road and probably some of the coins with like star points. But yeah, can you please do that? 19, improvements to the Friends tab. This is really important because one, playing with people in Brawl Stars makes your experience a lot better. So if you can improve that experience or the ability to play with others, I think that's a big priority. So first off, having something like being able to message people would be really cool, because a lot of times you're not always in the same club with people on your friends list, because I mean, what's sort of the point of having people in your club on your friends list? You can already sort of play with them pretty easily. So being able to do something like, hey, message someone like, hey, do you want to play this game mode? It would make it a lot easier to play with people on your friends list. On top of that, just better organizing as well would be really cool. You know, having people who are in a team versus not in a team separated would be another good add. 20, easier club management. Another small thing that would be nice to have. Just instead of having to click 3 buttons, just click 1 to do different things. And why not? 21, another quality of life change in Boss Fight and in Robo Rumble. Please tell me when my teammates are respawning so I know how to act appropriately. Don't feel like this is a big deal. Just like how, even in Duo Showdown as well, this would be really nice. Please, small change, but it would definitely be an improvement. 22, another small change that would be nice is being able to know how much ammo your teammates have. And I don't feel like this would take up much space on the screen or anything, so I don't really think it would be distracting. A lot of people probably wouldn't care about this, but there would be people who do, and it would help them in the game. So it's another small thing that I feel like you can add, because it's probably something you just turn on versus off, like on their side. So it might be not bad. Now for this one, we're going back to the star shop here, and I do think this is something that should be added. One, one, it's another reason to like gain star points and use them. You can change the background theme. This is something I've wanted for a long time. I also think you could even sell different like background musics, because I honestly think the different backgrounds with the music as well, it's one of the more fun things, seeing that change by the season, I guess you can say, but it would be nice. I do like the different backgrounds and themes. Being able to choose what one you have would be really cool. 24, now this is another small change, but by God, I think it's needed. An exit, like sometimes you press play again and you're just sort of stuck there waiting for 10 seconds. Why can't I just press exit? Maybe I accidentally press play again and I don't want to play with them. I don't feel like this is a big ask, and maybe it's not a big deal either, but it would be nice. 25, and that's new star powers. That's right, we could potentially even have 3 star powers for every brawler. Why not? It would be cool. Now, I actually do want to do a whole video on this because that's how amazing I think this idea is. So there we go. There are lots more amazing ideas to improve Brawl Stars right over there, including like new brawler ideas, new skin ideas, and more. That is going to be it for today's video though. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.